Hello Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players, this is Andy Teshordo, and today I'm going to be doing another video on what KOTOR, or the KOTOR era, can bring to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We've had a lot of KOTOR characters come to the game. Basically, all of the original KOTOR 1 Ebon Hawk crew members are in this game. Even an extra one with a dark side version of Bastila, or a fallen Bastila, as you will. So that's cool. Yes, there's still a few KOTOR characters I wouldn't mind seeing. KOTOR 1 being like Darth Malak. I feel like Calo Nord would deserve to be up there. I feel like also he deserves to be a legendary character that would also make bounty hunters meta-defining with his leadership. Maybe some sort of like fusion between Jango Boba and Zam Wesell, giving some speed, potency, and then having tons of recovery with thermal detonators exploding everywhere, and who knows, maybe having that blinding effect that mission gives, that negative status effect when a thermal detonator goes off, kind of like, what Calo does. But yeah, then there's, Darth Bandon, Malak's apprentice, and then of course we still don't have Darth Revan personally, but I feel like Revan should wait another year and a half or so. But KOTOR 2 does have a lot of characters that have yet to be added. I have covered that with what the other previous videos of what KOTOR can bring to SWGOH. And like I've already covered Goto, I've already covered Candace Ordo's. I feel like once they bring Mandalorians into the game, a journey event to unlock Mandalore the Preserver. We already obviously have HKT3 in the game, as well as Visas Mar, so this is going to be a list of the rest of the Ebon Hawk crew from KOTOR 2, as well as a few characters here and there that could be potentially key, maybe not. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Mitra Surik, the Jedi XL that you play as. Of course, obviously, Mitra Surik is female by canon standards, just like Revan was male. But then again, both KOTOR 1 and 2 gave you the option to play as either a female or male character, just to give you choices. Of course, it also opened up relationships, also with dark side, light side. KOTOR 2 actually had a few characters that were based on not just, male, female, but there was two characters that you can get either dark side or light side. Of course, I always liked the light side enough to get this one character, and then I would turn more dark side than anything. But yeah, Mitra Surik, definitely a key character to work around with. And I feel like this character would be a journey event, so obviously T3 and 4 would be required. So if you've gotten Jedi Knight Revan, I feel like if they ever bring Mitra Surik to the game, the Jedi Exile, obviously at least one character will definitely be ready. Unless they decide to also allow you to use, well, obviously Visas would be another one, so I'd definitely work on those, as well as maybe HK, because HK is unlock. You can unlock HK, but it takes a while to unlock them, since you have to find the parts around the galaxy. unless sometimes you cheat like me and just get the parts right at the beginning, just so that you can have HK-47, because I love doing that. Next is Kreia, the light side version, or maybe neutral version of Darth Traya. Darth Traya would be Sith, where Kreia maybe wouldn't be Jedi or Sith, but some sort of Force using ability. I feel like she would also have a similar isolate ability. However, it would target an ally, and that ally, anytime that ally gains buffs, so if you like threw it on Grandmaster Yoda, anytime he gains so many buffs, Kreia would get it, and vice versa. So that'd be kind of a cool little synergistic setup. Next would be Jedi Aten and Aten Rand. Aten Rand would, well, his basic one here on the right would be more scoundrel based, or on the left would be Jedi. I feel like all the characters that you can make a Jedi deserves two characters. So you'd have Aten Rand and then Jedi Aten Rand, or Aten Rand. Starting to sound weird when you keep saying his name. His name is weird. But yeah, he would be a scoundrel, a light side scoundrel, and then he would be a Jedi, a light side Jedi. So it'd be kind of cool to see. And I feel like obviously the scoundrel one would be, because KOTOR 2's Ebon Hawk was damaged and it was re-repaired, so they could always have a damaged variant of the Ebon Hawk with some damaged repaired damage kind of thing. So a little different, or so it'd be like Ebon Hawk Damaged or Ebon Hawk KOTOR 2. And I feel like Aten would be one of the pilots. I feel like Kreia and the Exile would be the other ones, if they do a 3 or a duo. Whereas KOTOR 1s would be a mix between Revan, Bastila, and Karth. So we'll see on that one. Next would be Brianna, the Handmaiden, and then there would be a Jedi version of her as well. What's nice is this one definitely has 2 unique skins. She would have her handmaiden clothes, and then she would have her mother's Jedi robes, which a lot of people are assuming, because it's not really covered, that Brianna's mother is technically Kreia, before Kreia became Kreia and was Aiden Course. I don't remember her name. But yeah, that's the rumor that goes around with that. Next would be Beodor and the Jedi Beodor. I would feel like Jedi Beodor would still have some droid synergies. But I feel like Beodor, the main Beodor with his remote, would be the number one leader. I feel like whenever they rework like Lobot, I feel like Beodor would deserve to be, you would compete between Lobot and Beodor with the different synergies with droids, especially light side droids. So you would have your 2 light side droid heroes that, would be light side and wouldn't be actual droid leaders. Or they'd be droid leaders, but they wouldn't be droids themselves. Even though Beodor's kind of has some cybernetics attached to him because he had lost his arm in the Mandalorian War. So next, we would have a Mira, the bounty hunter, and Jedi Mira. So we have 2 bounty hunters, or we would have another bounty hunter added to the game. I feel like they could have with Ketsu Anya. There's a couple of bounty hunters in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and Mira. They could theoretically make a team of 5 light side bounty hunters, where they have like 2 dark side bounty hunter teams, and you have a light side bounty hunter team. I feel like at least doing that would be kind of cool, and would have some new cool synergies. Mira also would definitely work around with thermal detonators, just because she works with explosives. She can walk through mines. Well, at least in game mechanics, she can walk through the mines and not trigger them. She's skilled at avoiding mines when she's walking near mines. So she can just walk through mines and just never trigger them, which is kind of a cool trick when you're facing Hanhar. You throw around a bunch of mines, you just have him chase you as the mines explode, and you're just walking like, you don't know how to walk through mines. I do. I'm a mine walker. Call him a mine walker instead of a planeswalker. But yeah, Mira, and of course she did become a Jedi as well. Another tidbit of Mira is she was a Mandalorian slave, and so she learned some Mandalorian aspects, so she could technically have a Mandalorian tag as well, but she wouldn't get as much synergy from Mandalorians, or she wouldn't synergize with Mandalorians as much. She would just have that Mandalorian tag kind of thing. Next would be the disciple that you find on in Dantooine's Jedi Temple. So Michael the disciple, or Michael, I think that's how you would say it. And then he does become a Jedi if you train him. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see. 2 different variations. KOTOR 2 really expands the number of Ebon Hawk crew members. Again, if they ever do add the Ebon Hawk crew tag or something, and have just Ebon Hawk crew members work together, yeah. But of course, a lot of these would be Old Republic in a sense anyways. Next would be Hanhar, the Wookiee slave. Obviously, he would not be Old Republic. Yes, he is an Ebon Hawk crew member if you chose Dark Side, but canon-wise, Mitra never chose the Dark Side, so he's never really part of the crew itself. And he's also a bounty hunter, Wookiee. He's a Wookiee bounty hunter, so he'd obviously be Scoundrel, Wookiee, bounty hunter, etc., if they ever bring Wookiees. So, and of course, he would be one that doesn't synergize well with Wookiees, because if you go into details, he slaughtered his own people when Zerka, if you remember KOTOR 1, Zerka was taking over the Wookiees before the Wookiees stood up for themselves, thanks to Revan's help. And during that time when Zerka was in control of the Wookiees, Hanhar decided to slaughter his own people, his own Wookiee friends, just so that they don't, be enslaved. kind of thing. It was kind of a weird concept that he decided to do that, but he just wanted to save them from slavery in one way, but he also deemed them as weak too. So, but yeah, Handhar, definitely a Wookiee bounty hunter slave. Next is Atrus, the Jedi historian, as well as a fallen version of Atrus, which a brief moment she was considered Darth Treya in a way, so that's why some people call her Darth Treyatrus. I don't know if that would really stick per se, but at least fallen Atrus would be another two characters. We'd have a Sith and we'd have a Jedi. I don't know much what they would do. Some sort of like healers, maybe. Healers for both sides. Have a similar kit, just, you know, one's light, one's dark. Kind of like the two Bastilas have kind of similar kits. So who knows? I feel like Atrus the Jedi would have a leader ability, where Atrus, the fallen Atrus, would not, kind of like Bastila as well. We also have 3 Jedi that could make it to the game. Vrook, Lamar, Kavar, and Zez-Kai-El. It's a weird name. Then again, Star Wars, there's a lot of franchises that have weird names, so couldn't put it past. But yeah, these 3 Jedi are like Jedi exiles. They've went into hiding. Atrus is also part of one of these guys. But these 3 were actually killed by Kreia when she decided to become Darth Treya again. So, yeah. And then finally, there's Tira and Sira. Weird name. I don't know which one's which, because it doesn't really say on the wiki when I was looking at it, but they're the twin sons. Also, the names, I think, were given to them after the game had came out. So the game still, I think, says twin sons or something. But they're assassins, so they'd be scoundrels, dark side, if they came. I don't see these guys making it to the game, so I'm not disappointed they would, but I feel like a good chunk of these characters could make it to the game. Would they make dual variations? Who knows? But I feel like one thing that would be unique about some of these characters, so going back though, so we got McCall, Mira, Beodur, Handmaiden, or Brianna, and Aten. All 5 of them that become Jedi, I feel like should deserve not a marquee event. I feel like the main ones would have marquees, like the regular Aten Rand and Brianna, the Handmaiden, but they would need Mitra Surik to do some sort of like Jedi training event. I feel like that would have, it'd be kind of marquee-ish, kind of legendary-ish, but not like super legendary-ish, and these characters will maybe unlock at 4-star, 3-star instead of 2-star. And they would just be Jedi trained with Mitra. So you would definitely need Mitra to unlock them, as well as their original versions. And it's just like a 2-character, setup where you just go in with Mitra and Aten, and then they do some battles and essentially train, and then become the Jedi that they do. So that'd be kind of a cool, unique little Jedi training event. It's kind of like if they had done this with Phoenix and had Kanan was a marquee event, and then you needed Kanan with Ezra. It was just a 2-character event for Jedi training, and you got like some event character where he's the previous Ezra, or they made a marquee event with a different Ezra, and then you unlock the current Ezra that we have, and the previous Ezra has the little pistol lightsaber type of weapon. It'd be kind of a cool little event. But who knows? But other than that, that's, what I got for KOTOR 2. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with any of these? Do you disagree? Did I miss any characters you think that should come from KOTOR 2? We've already got like the big trio from KOTOR 2, so why not eventually KOTOR 2? Of course, if any of these characters make it to the game, I believe it would be in the next couple of years, 2 to 3 years. At least this next year, I feel like we'll have a lot of Clone Wars aspects. Maybe some synergies with this new Resistance show, I don't know. I know we'll have the movie characters from Episode 9, probably around October to January range. So we'll see if we get any of this content down the line from KOTOR 2. I feel like because next year, the 15th anniversary for KOTOR 2 is sometime next December. From when I looked it up, and we're going to be having movie stuff, so I can see it after that, celebrating that time after, so who knows. But other than that, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, I really appreciate all those that watch the videos I make, and you folks have a wonderful day.